joined by these two beautiful souls, also known as elemental beings, and they also have a YouTube channel, a TikTok, and a Facebook page. Do you all want to tell them more about what you do?
Well, hello everyone! Okay, we are elemental beings. I am one half the High Priestess.
And I am the Hierophant.
Okay, we also have a YouTube platform where we do daily messages to inspire, motivate, and encourage divine beings like yourself on your spiritual journey, right? People really looking to reach their higher self, no matter what every day looks like, right? It could be the energy of, you know, you feel like everything fighting you, but you just keep pushing. Well, that's us. That's what we do, right? We encourage people to just keep performing at your highest level, you know, striving to reach divinity.
So, here we are. It feels great to be here with Katie.
It feels awesome.
It does.
Their energy is amazing, I'm going to tell you.
We love her, right?
True Earth Angel.
It's always good when you can collaborate with like-minded people. You know, I feel like right now the energy is currently, you know, collaborations, divine partnerships, right? They don't all have to be, you know, a intimate relationship, right? I feel like, you know, naturally we are building so many divine spiritual connections. So whenever you get a chance to embrace the energy of another divine being, you know, make sure you appreciate it, right? Make sure you value that time. And no matter what tries to get in the way, you know, if you guys are supposed to meet up, the enemy wants to stop you, right? The enemy will try to stop you in your tracks.
Yes.
You know, they say when two or more join together, we know what that is, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, the evil is very, very heavy, but you know, I heard that the other day when I was in the shower, I heard that, you know, the devil's working hard, but oh boy, is God working harder.
Ooh,
right?
I like that.
It's like that kind of energy. So remember that.
And I had a download for you all, and it's about manifesting. Before I started, I want to say that when you truly get tired of starting over, you will realize that you have to stop giving up.
And that's real.
It's very big with that. About manifesting, it was a story I want to tell you all right quick. It was a boy. He had a drum. He was a drummer. And his granddad, he was a renowned drummer. So this boy became accustomed to his drum in his early age. His grandfather was rather fond of him. His grandfather was a man of few words, didn't really express himself a lot. So lo and behold, the grandfather, he passes away, a renowned drummer, right? And this young guy, when his grandfather passes, he's hurt, you know, so he begins to manifest life as he knows it, right? And he grew and he worked. And one day at around 20 years old, his grandmother gave him a call and she said, you know, you have a letter here that you need to come get. You need to come open it. Now, he was so caught up in his everyday life, going to work, you know, he's manifesting life as he knows it, right? He's doing what he does, and he goes. And lo and behold, his grandmother passes away. So, you know, they get all of her belongings and they gather him. And he happens to be sitting around about 2 years later. Mind you, now he's taking a lot of pain meds because he's working overtime. He's pretty much beating himself up, manifesting what he's manifesting, right? But I want you to take note of this. He looked over and he seen that letter, and he opened it. And when he opened it, it was inheritance that was left to him from his grandfather. He was a drummer.
Wow.
The inheritance had a drum, and it had all of the money that he could need to be secured for quite some time. And you know what he realized then? It dawned on him that he manifested this. See, as a child, and his grandfather being an ancestor, he began to reveal to him all of the times that he tried to show him to go to the letter. Like he would get letters. He would look down in the street and see odd letters. He would see names. This is the way our ancestors, they communicate with us. So I say about manifesting. As far as you can go back in life, think about what you did as a child. Because some of the things that you're after, you already begin to manifest them as a child. See, we born with past life retina, y'all. So we born with a knowledge that we don't know about. after we get programmed, a series of shots, this atmosphere that we walk in, it's like, it's what the killer priest say. He say, we came from the atmosphere, the physical trap that's here. So before we became this, we were something completely different with a knowledge. So in your childhood, you naturally gravitated towards what you're good at, what you would like to do. You begin to manifest it. A lot of times the parents, they program so they shock us into programming.
You know, I feel like as children, we also, you know, we gravitate to what's natural, right? That's why we want to roll around in the grass. That's why we want to play in mud, and you know, we want to be around things that are natural, and that we are attracted to those things. So you know, it's like that kind of energy. You know, like when you are a child, you're attracted to the mud, right? Right? The mud doesn't come to you, you go to it. So It's like that kind of energy. Also, I feel like it's very important to speak about, you know, when you're in the energy of manifesting, we have to be very, very careful. And I'm learning that, you know, even far on in my spiritual journey, that, you know, we really are what we speak, just like we are what we eat, right? The things that we speak out of our mouths are very, very important in the energy of manifesting. As you know, if we're speaking negatively, we can definitely manifest negativity in our lives. So when we are in the season of manifestation, we want to stay in positive energy. We want to stay in a high vibration, and we want to speak a life into things, right? Because we literally speak life into things, and you have to know that you speak life into things, right? Think about the times where you've said something and maybe it happened, right? That's not a coincidence, right? It's manifestation. The things we say out of our, you know, the energy of the Bible says it's not what goes in a man's mouth that defiles him, but what comes out, right? So we want to make sure that we're speaking positively over our lives when trying to manifest, right? We also have to make sure that we don't attach ourselves to things that are negative while manifesting, because if you are trying to attract positivity and you have something negative stuck on the side of you, that's a blockage, right?
Absolutely. As she was going on, it reminds me of John Allen. He wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh. It's a small book. It's real good to grow on. You should get it if you can. And in this particular book, he speaks of a bit about the laws of attraction and how energy works. See, two energies can't. The Bible says that the spirit is subject to us. So our energy, if we're negative, that's going to rule. If we're positive, that's going to rule. Now, when you're manifesting, you have to understand it's the flip side, as above, so below. What am I saying? What you want, your greatest measure, you can bring in. But it's tempered by what you fear the most. See, when you're manifesting, that's not an energy to play with. Like when you decide, okay, I'm going to work with deities, I'm going to work with God, I'm going to work with myself or whatever, and you begin to manifest, just understand you have the power to manifest your greatest fear. See, your doubt will become the thing that you will unintentionally begin to manifest what you fear. That's why it requires consistency. When we manifest, and I was just saying, and I'm gonna talk about us. This is personal.
Okay.
High priestess, she sees numbers, so we've been playing a number, right? And we decided we just gonna play this number till it show up. We know it's coming. Now, the 2 days that we didn't play this number, it just came out. No lie to y'all. We went to play it, and they were actually like, "Oh, this number just came out 2 days ago." Now, you know what happened? We missed that because why? We moved. See, when you begin to manifest, think of yourself centering yourself. And manifesting is the law of attraction, so we're bringing in, right? We're not seeking, we're bringing in what we want. So a lot of times when you're bringing something in, it requires you to move only around right here.
You got to match that frequency.
There you go. And it's like she said, you might want something. It requires you to stop drinking. You might want something. But in order for you to obtain this, it requires you to let that go. Why? Right. Because that frequency doesn't go with that.
Absolutely.
And what we do is we get temperamental, right? And we build all of this energy up right here, right? This is our manifesting hub. And then what we do, we get discouraged, and then we move away from the hub, right?
And that's
and this what happens is what you're manifesting is coming to the hub. So if you move, right, if your energetic signature is not attached to your manifestation, you're going to bring in something that's awkward. Your manifestation is going to be twisted. It's almost like manifesting a car and receiving a lemon.
That's real.
Right, all because you move, you know, you move your energetic perspective. So the divine is letting you bring in what you, but then at the end of it, what did I manifest? That.
And that's real, you know. I always like to, you know, my visualization is always like, you know, imagine you asking for something, right? You praying for something, you praying for a thing, or you asking for a thing, you know. We already know that when we ask God for things, he gives it to us immediately. Now, that doesn't mean we receive it immediately, right? See, we have to be worthy of receiving whatever it is.
Yes.
So, you know, how the visual I get in my head is when we pray for things, right? God drops it down, right? It's coming down, right? And you have to be on that street that he dropped it down to. You have to be able to meet that energy right there to be able to receive that divine blessing. See, a lot of times what we do is we move, like you said, and, you know, we're on a position. And see, and that's what evil wants. See, evil wants us, it's a spirit, right? We fight against principalities and wickedness in high places. These are spirits, right, that have now began to roam around in people that look like me and you, right? See, when people don't heal, what happens is they allow entities and spirits to attach to themselves. And when you're in a low vibration, you know, those are the things you attract. So, go ahead.
I stopped her because she said something important, and I feel Spirit want me to add right there.
Go ahead, right there. I needed it.
You do not want to manifest from low vibrations. You don't want to do it. That's not the place. And what happens, this is what happens with us, and I feel like I'm speaking to us as a collective. You want better in life. You deserve better. But every day you wake up, your energy towards your job is, I don't like it. Or you want to shirk the duties, right? What you're manifesting is greater chaos. Why? Because you're trying to manifest a reality that very much exists, but it's on a frequency that you don't, because you're not understanding the rudiments of manifesting. See, the rudiments of manifesting, it requires us to know what, like, I want better, so let me appreciate what I got, because that's the way the universe doesn't respond like, and that's what we do. We try to manifest from a lower vibration first before you can begin to even reach the energy of true manifestation. You have to raise your frequency. You can't be in a low vibe. That's like, for instance, me saying, that's like me in my heart not liking you, or me not liking Katie, right? Or not liking what she does, right? And I go to God and I say, God, please give me success, right? And the reason why I truly want success, though, is because I want to be able to knock Katie. And this is the intent. That's a lower vibration. When we begin to manifest, you have to check your emotions. How do I feel about the least person? Because how you feel about the least person, it becomes the point where the divine is going to test you the most.
Wow.
Asking the universe for things is not a game. It's not for the faint of heart.
It's got to be for the highest and greatest good of all. It can't
real.
be for just purely selfish motives that there's going to be a backlash.
Indeed. And that is
and
so
then,
real.
You know, a lot of times we also have to, you know, sometimes we say we want to manifest things, we say we want things, but we don't even believe that we're capable to have those things. See, we can't manifest things that we truly don't believe we're capable of having anyway. If you can't vision, you know, if you can't see yourself with a thing or a place or doing whatever, you'll never get there. You have to have the vision to actually get wherever it is that you're trying to go.
And
or whatever it is you're trying to call in.
I'm going to say one more thing from John Allen, As a Man Thinketh. It's on me so hard. Think about this. Everything that we're going through is directly attached to the way you think, right? Even when it's bad or good. So much so, right? This is deep. So much so that when we find ourselves in awkward situations and they're bad, and we know for a fact, I didn't put myself here, or I didn't. You have to realize, even at those moments, the universe has you there. Because It's a weakness, right? When we want to gain strength, the first thing we have to realize is the universe is forever gaining strength, not weakness. It's always gaining strength. So if we want to gain strength, we have to begin to realize I'm in this situation again and again because of the way I'm thinking, and it's not working against me. It's God giving me an opportunity, because once you do away with the weakness, there will be other trials, but it won't be on that level. You'll get dominion. A lot of us, we try to skip the part of
the lesson, right?
We want what we want, and we're not strong enough to. All right, and they saying this. We want a position that our condition is not matching.
There it is.
Right? It's not going to work. It's like if I'm gonna go, just say they want to recruit me to run the 50-yard dash, right? But all I do, that's my position. They say I'm gonna recruit him to run this 50-yard dash. He the fastest man alive, right? And then I say, okay, I agree to it. But on the off season, I eat ho-hos and ding-dongs and snacks, right? So now when it's time for me to step into my position, my condition doesn't match.
That's right, and that's real.
So I'm going to make a folly out of it,
real.
right? And that's what a lot of us do. Like, I've been there,
you know, and that's real. And then I also feel like, you know, that was good. That was a good
really
example, right?
good.
And then that was a good one. And then, you know, I was also thinking about a lot of times, you know, goodness, when we are in manifestation mode, we have to be ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, imagine everything that you desire coming to you. Are you really ready? You know, it's like that kind of energy. Right. You know, I'm hearing stay ready so you don't have to get ready, like that kind of energy. But yeah, you know, we definitely have to be ready. You know, a lot of us, you know, I know me because I call them big things, right? And so, you know, some days when I see things getting bigger, I'm like, okay, well, am I really ready for this?
Frightful,
it does. So, you know, make sure you are ready for what you're asking for, divine being, because it's going to be important for you to, you know, be ready to receive it.
And to whom much is given, much is required. So the blessings that we do manifest, always remember this, divine beings, blessings require maintenance, lest they become curses. Right?
Elaborate.
If the universe blesses me with something, right? Let's just say, use something menial. Say a car.
A car.
Right? I get a car.
Put the maintenance on it.
I get a car, right?
Never get an oil change.
I do nothing, right? I do no maintenance, right? What am I doing? I've let my blessing. It's going to curse my life, because with the minute how will it curse me? Let's get into detail.
Okay, let's get in how. Okay.
I'll wake up in the morning.
You
right?
can't go to work.
I can't go to work now.
Now you have no job.
And now I have
your rent.
Right.
And you can't pick your kids up from school.
Right.
And they can't go to the grocery store.
I let my blessing manifest.
All that.
All because I didn't maintenance it.
Right.
We have to maintenance it. Like, there's some of the things that we ask for, they come from the divine with a different energy, right? Now, let's just imagine God being a figure, so to speak, that reaches out and gives you something, and you disrespect it. Yeah. That energy on that blessing is enough to really thwart your life. And I don't think that we look at things so, we don't look at things as they actually are. We fall into our programming, so we begin to see things as they appear to be. And one thing about us divine beings, we gotta always fight. God gave us gifts of insight, and they are for us to protect ourselves while we are here. We can't continue to go against our intuition.
Don't shut it down out of fear. Absolutely. A lot of times people in society will tell us, you know, oh, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, these gifts are God-given. If you have the gift of prophecy, if you have visions, if you hear deceased loved ones, those are gifts that were given to you to assist you on your journey.
That's right.
Don't be afraid.
Right. And the only way they go wrong, Katie, and I'm sorry because I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah.
But the only way they go wrong is by our intentions.
Yes,
right?
yes,
when our intentions are wrong, that's when you get to people, oh, you're a tarot reader. Well, what are the intentions behind the tarot reader? Or what are the intentions behind this person, right? Because our intentions are what makes us right or wrong, right?
That's exactly right.
It doesn't, you know, what are your intentions? If I mean, keep your intentions pure.
And you have to raise your conscience, like, I was feeling Katie's energy when we first started. We were accosted by somebody who's more or less a spiritual agent, right?
Yes.
And these people, they suffer from indoctrination, and that's very powerful, right?
Very.
But I wanna understand you something. In order for you to truly be a part of the new world, first of all, you have to realize whoever you see God as, he's bigger, right? Then secondly, you have to realize religion is like a prison for the seekers of wisdom. You have to realize, like, the energy of religion was carefully crafted and designed with truth, impossible feats, contradictions, hypocrisy, and wordplay.
Yes.
So when we pick up a manuscript, right, yes, the essence of the divine is going to be in it. I live my life through Proverbs, right? Nevertheless, the energy of man is on this manuscript. So it's different areas, like, for instance, let's say tarot, right? Let's say that, or divination. Let's say, because these are the gifts that we have a rudimentary element in these metaphysical gifts, y'all. So we can't let, because what religion does is religion fails to remind us that what we deal with is ancient. It's a power that existed before religion. So a lot of religion was designed to keep you away from what would truly empower you. There was no way that religion was designed to make you effective where it counts, right? Why? Why do I say this? I say this because even across the world today, do you all realize that your favorite spiritual leader is highly spiritual, not religious, but he won't reveal that to you. So understand this: if I'm a spiritual leader, a religious leader, but I'm a highly spiritual man, meaning I have knowledge of all of these things and I know that they are real, but I can't let my congregation know that I'm this spiritual. Why? Because I have to deceive them. And I'm not saying this to come at nobody. This is the plain truth. Y'all, we have to realize religion, again, it's like a prison for the seekers of wisdom. In order for you to really tap into what God is, you got to get away from the religiosity. That's where your programming lies.
The man-made doctrines.
It's the relationship that's more important anyway, right?
Relationship over. If you have a relationship with the divine, right, the Bible will become something that resonates for you as instructions, and you will begin to see the energies of the Old Testament. You will begin to see the character of the old saints. And this is relative information, but you have to also realize the Bible is a book that is put together with a special design, right? Is God in there? Of course he is. But are you willing to find him? You can't read. It's not about the letter. Remember that. Christ came and did away with the power of the letter. Remember, he brought what's called the dispensation of grace. So nobody's confined to no books. It's time for us to realize that God resonates from a real place, right? And I feel they want me to verse this religious thing, right? I know I'm
so we can free ourselves from the prison of these man-made doctrines that restrict us.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. And you know, my biggest thing, being a medium, and I'll always push this on anybody, acknowledgement of your ancestors will begin to work wonders in your life.
Absolutely.
These are energies that are present, right? I know it's hard to conceive it, but anytime for my people, and this may resonate, a near-death experience, things that you don't see. All of this is guarded by ancestral imminent presence. See, grace and ancestral presence is different. A man can frustrate grace and mercy, right? Like, take me for instance. I'll give you a story from my book. I was shot one night, y'all, with an F&M 57.
What?
It went through my back. It broke every rib I had, and it came out my front. It went straight through my body. You know what kept me? The grace of God is abundant. The intervention of my ancestors is what saves. You know why? Because they know what's required, right? Now, many of you, a lot of it has to do with your bloodline and your background, right? And what you were called here to do. If the divine gave you a purpose, that near-death experience that you had, just know your ancestors, they intervene. Because when we I'm literally telling y'all how it works.
I'm getting chills on my body.
When I was hit with that weapon, I absolutely felt what it feels like to be separate in one dimension to it. That was the impact, and it was a very big weapon, right? And I was not supposed to make it. When I tell y'all, when I was hit with that weapon, and within 2 minutes, I instantly wanted to give up and say, "There's no way that I can push through this." I couldn't. That's how I know that the ancestors are real, because you know what I heard them say? Fight.
That's right.
And you know what I said? How do you fight this?
That's right.
And listen, I'm telling y'all this. I had congelation, so all of this, I got hit here, so it all began to back up here. So in order for me to breathe until I could get up the hill, I had to take my finger and remove the cloggage right here, right? How I knew? Only my ancestors. Because I did, all I know is I'm choking. And I said, and then I got up the hill, and then I saw the ambulance, and I passed. Now, in and out of the coma for 7 days, it was the same thing. You know what I remember going through my coma? Fight.
That's all you can do.
That's all I kept hearing was fight.
Even when you have visitors, like, you better fight.
And your ancestors will always tell you to fight, because fighting is not what we think. We think fight fist and cuffs. Fighting is sometimes life is hard for you, right? You having a bad day, you having a bad week. The spirits is on you, the baneful ones. Okay, find out, and this is spiritual warfare 101. Dig into your ancestry. Find out what they like to eat, right? Get yourself some bells, right? Prepare a meal according to your ancestry and your bloodline, not what you like, what they like, right? Set it out for them. Ring a bell. They'll come. A silent bell or a drum, they'll come. If you do this with the right intention in your heart, you will see things in your life begin to change. It's a silent relationship. It's because you gotta realize they live in our vibrations. That's how connected to us the ancestors are. And you know what we're trained by the world to do? Freeze them out. So essentially they sit in your life like this. That's sin.
A lot of times we allow the low vibrational ancestors
we let them
in,
right on in.
That's when, you know, we can't control ourselves, right? You know, because that's one thing I'm learning, y'all. I'm telling you, you know. I'm a girl from Baltimore, so, you know, some days I really struggle with, you know, just things in the world. I'm very big on disrespect, you know, so I try to respect people. So when I feel disrespected, even though I can be in the wrong sometimes, like, you know, for example, if I'm using my phone, you know how we do. We on our phone and we get to texting, and, you know, I'm standing behind somebody's car and they get to beeping at me, and I turn around and, you know, little old me, I want to go crazy. But, you know, we have to learn how to, you know, I'm in the wrong. We have to learn how to hold ourselves accountable. Learn how to control ourselves, you know, control. I'm hearing control, right? Control, divine being, right? Not only do we want to manifest things, we need to be able to learn how to control ourselves. I'm speaking to myself as well, right? Our energy, right? The way we let people affect us, right? The people we allow in our lives, right? The lifestyles that we live, right? We really have to have control, divine being, right? Now, we don't really have control of anything, right? But when I say control, I mean, like, you know, allowing people to move you out of your energy, right? You know, someone having a bad day, and, you know, maybe they kick you by mistake, I don't know, and, you know, we can respond with a kickback, but, you know, maybe, hey, everything okay, right? Maybe that person's going through something, right? And they just wanted to kick the world because they maybe in the next 5 minutes they were gonna go to their car and unalive themselves. I don't know, right? Just, you know, control ourselves, divine being.
And see, God gave us a master remote on how to control ourselves. Actually, we are the sole controllers of our destiny, and that energy is called willpower.
That's right.
See, when God gave us will, he gave us the ability to effectively control even metaphysical events. This is why the angels are envious of us. If you look at any holy book, they envious of the energy of your will. From a demon to an angel, They don't understand the power of the will of the human, right? It's evolution at its finest. We are, right? So that's why ancestral contact is important. You're going to let them in one way or another. So it's better to let the high vibrational ones in. The low vibrational ancestors, they live in you know, the places where we deviant, the things that we like to do that are not so good for us. You know why they feel so good? Because somebody already did them time and time again before you.
Those things, you know,
right in your bloodline.
Those things that our families are cursed by, right? It could be drinking,
alcoholism,
you know,
sex.
It could be
different trains of thoughts. I mean, and you know, they telling me if you really pay attention to it, right? When you make a bad decision as a divine being, and this is for people who are enlightened, you make a bad decision. When karma finally catches you, your gift kicks in. You know how? Because you look at it and you be like, man,
I gotta pay for this.
But you know what God gives us? A glimpse into another dimension where we made another choice.
Parallel realities do exist. We're multi-dimensional beings having this human experience.
There you go. There you go.
She's right on point.
There you go.
And that right there, it just goes to show you who mediates this. Like,
the divine.
You have energies like, you know, Raguel, or you have different energies, and this stuff that she's talking about, y'all, this is what we trying to bring in. It's like the old version of me, the future version of me, the version I am now. And if I be honest with us as a collective, if you're looking to see the best version of you in this lifetime, you have to question, why are you on your spiritual journey? See, it's much greater than that. And until we can plug us, see, we humans, so we, you know, a lot of us are humans anyway, but you know, we want to see results in this life. It's like, what can I get? What can I see? I need to see what God is doing.
Instant gratification.
But I'm gonna tell you one of the greatest things. Me and her was discussing this. What's actually better for me? A old folks pension or freeing up my bloodline? Think about it. Which one? Because when you begin to do right, let's just say you got seeds, children, here or to come, right? You know what they inherit if you don't do right? They inherit debt, karmic debt. You know what they inherit the minute you start doing right? They inherit dharma, right?
Dharma.
So what happens is, even in life, I'm saying it with my children, y'all. I called my son last night, right? Aww. And you know what he did?
How many kids do you have?
I have 6.
I have 2.
Wow, cool. Oh, you've got, wow. Okay, so you called your son.
I called him up, and you know, he's normally moving around. He's pretty young. He's a football athlete. You know, he's 11 years old now. So I'm expecting him to like be out, right? So I call him, and I'm making my shirts and stuff, doing my arts and crafts, and he's just right there in his little docile area, doing him. He's not out. Then he gets to talking about his education.
Oh.
He was like, I'm getting a better education at the charter school I'm going to. And it's like, and you know what I realized, y'all? When I begin to ascend and I begin to take responsibility for the narrative of my life, that energy, it goes out in many different ways, right? Even beyond, y'all.
Has a ripple effect.
Even beyond this realm. Your ancestors, let's say some of them, they wasn't able to walk necessarily upright and establish good karma. So maybe they passed and they in debt. Maybe they can't come back. You know, maybe they stuck, right? It's different areas, and the yamas is like that. So what do we do to clear all of that, right? All we do is walk according to what the divine has given us. It releases them. Then they can work with you freely. It's like what you do, you free up your bloodline. Do you know how many of us, and they giving me this, y'all, if I could throw y'all back in the ancient times, you know, before all of this stuff, when we were existing, you know what people fought with? Metaphysical stuff, right? So it was like, if you wrong me, I'm put a curse on your bloodline.
Well, think about the Haitian
Haitian Revolution, right? Yeah, some of my ancestors. Pure magic,
blowing
right?
Dust.
Pure. So, but I say that to say this. Many of us, we come in this modern and on toward time where everything is basically digital. right? They hide spirituality, or they use it, but they hide it, and they make you think this is all the material. But many of us, we have curses that was on our families from past wars, and we struggle. We don't know why we can't.
Because we are a generation of curse breakers.
And this is why, see, you become the black sheep in many ways, or you become, why? Because you see the level, everybody hitting this same level. And then you get this epiphany from the divine that says, this is generational. I need to rise above this. Well, when you rise above it, you break the shackles.
That's right.
So everything that's coming now is coming, life coming from
break every chain.
Right?
I just saw a ladybug fly in.
Okay, confirmation.
Confirmation
with the
right
ladybug,
there.
right?
Wow.
Life flew right in.
I feel like that's like ancestors.
Indeed.
Ancestors always come.
Well, actually, we work with very closely manifesting a ladybug.
You guys.
That's a ladybug. That's awesome.
Awesome. Confirmation.
Good energy. You know, I think it's very important for you guys to just stay encouraged, stay motivated. You know, the spirit of procrastination is real.
Yes.
And that is one of the biggest weapons that evil uses against us. You know, even myself, you know, I feel like it's always necessary. I'm going to repeat this every time I am anywhere. You know, when you know God is pushing you to do something and you feel yourself procrastinating, you have to push through, okay? You know, so if you're a person that normally says, you know, well, I know this laundry needs to be done, I'm going to just do it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow may not be promised. Push through. Do everything like it's your last day and really push through. The energy of evil wants to keep us stuck and stagnant, right? Wants us to stop performing, right? If you're a person, I don't know, because I'm picking up the energy of content creators. You could be a content creator, right?
Collaboration,
whatever it is. But there's like, you know, the evil is trying to stop these things. So you have to push through.
You know, I don't know why Spirit laying this stuff on me, but I'm going to go ahead with it. We were looking at the Old Testament, a story last night, and it was the story.
We watched so many of them.
No, but this was the story of who was it?
Was it somebody's daughter?
Yeah,
Was it David's daughter, or
it wasn't David's daughter. It was
Elijah's sister.
Was it Elijah's daughter?
It was Elijah, the one who.
It was one of the prophets, right? Now, nevertheless, their daughter was raped. She wasn't supposed to be out in public. Tamar. She was raped. Okay. Now, mind you, Shechem. It was Joseph. No, it was Jacob, I believe, right? It was one of them, but not because they reside in the realm of Shechem, right? Now they bound great evils there. But listen, this is what happened. They assaulted Tamar, right? Now her brothers, right? Because they did that, her brothers said, "We're gonna avenge her honor." Now, mind you, she's a divine one. Now, this is what they did. They said, the man that raped her, he said, "Oh well." He took a liking, and his father was aware of the offense. So his father said, well, it's best if they get married. We need to cover this up. So the brothers agreed to do it. But they said, before we get married, every man has to get circumcised under the Jewish custom. Then she can marry my sister. So what they do is, after the men get circumcised and they weak, they fall on them and kill all of them. They slay them, right? Meaning that they set them in. And guess what? But guess what God saw that as? He said that they were
righteous.
They were intensely righteous.
That's right.
Right? Why am I saying that? Because, y'all, we truly have to begin to understand the laws of the universe. They above the 10 Commandments. They are the laws of God. If we operate outside of them, you're going to miss the mark. Like, weakness is never going to be an excuse. If you walk in this walk, just know you're going to be tested. And it's like I tell people like this. When you like in the energy that we live in, whatever we do is not the same as somebody that's not in this energy now.
That's right.
So if I look at that man over there and I laugh at him because he down,
our accountability is greater.
The universe is going to say, okay, well, let's see if you can deal with the situations and circumstances that caused him to be like that.
That's right.
Let's throw a little bit
That's
of that
right.
your way
That's
and
right.
see how you fare. This is how we walk. So this is why we become walking calmer to people and even unto ourselves. Is because you got this power. You have to respect it. Power is a thing to respect.
Yes.
So if you are a person dealing with spell work, prayers, or any of that metaphysical stuff, occultic or whatever, you know, all I suggest to you is that you really do be aware of that. Like, you know, make sure your heart is right, because every little tiny thing you do, it's in a vibration that comes out. And when you know what you're doing, the universe penalizes you higher.
Yeah, when your position is greater, it comes with greater responsibility. It comes with greater discipline.
Come
With
on.
great power comes great responsibility.
That's
So
right.
like everything comes down to the power of intention. And
That's right.
I appreciate you all sharing today about all of your insights on law of attraction, spiritual responsibility, using these gifts wisely, freeing ourselves from the religious indoctrination and man-made doctrines, and allowing ourselves to freely seek and expand our consciousness without feeling guilty about it.
That's right.
And
Absolutely.
staying in contact with our ancestors and high vibrational,
That's
of
right.
course.
That's right.
Breaking ancestral karma,
That's right.
breaking the curses within our family, you know, and instead of going after everything of this world, going after spiritual
Abundance.
fulfillment and
Yeah.
abundance.
That's
And, you
right.
know, if you take care of the people, the money will always take care of itself.
Ooh,
No doubt.
Always.
That's real. And that's
It is
real.
so real. It is so real.
I love that.
And I encourage you all to follow Elemental Beings on their Facebook, their TikTok, and their YouTube. I'll link all their information below. They have really helped me on my spiritual journey. They were divinely sent to me because I was looking for more like-minded souls to collaborate with and grow and expand with.
Likewise.
Because I live in an area that's very, what's the word? Old school, a lot of people stuck in, you know, the old paradigm, and
Yeah.
very kind people.
That's right.
Just the old way of doing things. And it's really rare that you come across like-minded people that are on a journey to expand their consciousness and to lead in love and light. And you all have been such a blessing in my life.
And you have
You
been
as
such
well.
a blessing in
Like,
our life.
yeah,
We
like-
really appreciate you having us here. You are such a great energy to be around, you know, and I encourage you to keep going, Katie. You do a great job.
Thank you.
And, you know, keep giving your subscribers everything that you do, because you put your all into it and it shows.
And you know, you remind me. I heard a statement that reminds me of you, Katie, and it says that, you know, authentic people and truly gifted people, they don't show the world their superpowers. They show people in the world their superpowers. It's like, you know, and that's
And
great.
that's real.
That's so sweet. Thank
That's
you.
real. And
Well,
that was beautiful.
That was so beautiful. Thank you. You guys are awesome, and you know, you definitely are agents for God, for the divine spiritual earth angels here with a divine mission, and you are already helping so many people, guiding souls to the light, to the truth.
Thank you.
And you're helping to raise the vibration of the planet and assisting with the 5D shift, which is so necessary at this time.
Absolutely.
We need all the help we can get.
Absolutely.
So, beautiful soul, let us know if you're on a spiritual journey in the comment section below. Let us know, what has your spiritual journey been like? What have you overcome? Just know you're much stronger than you realize. You're much braver than what you've been told. Okay, we're sending you so much peace, love, and light from us to you. Namaste and much love.
God bless you all.